Coach, obviously that's a tough one to lose at the end there. What did you think of your team's kind of execution down the stretch, and what did you see specifically that kind of led you guys coming up short in this one?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, credit to Wofford. I thought they played a heck of a game. We knew what their game plan was going to be. Then we knew they were going to sag off of us and try and force us to shoot and things like that since we've been having some shooting woes. But that number 12, Rose, she had a phenomenal game, almost a triple-double. Really, really good player. And the supporting cast, they stepped up and hit shots. So, I hit 11 threes, that's really, really good. So credit to them. They deserved to win. We didn't deserve to win. But I also want to say I apologize to our fans because the way we played, the lack of passion that we showed, the lack of energy, it's not the kind of brand of basketball that we want to play, and we will get better.
You mentioned the three-point shooting from Wofford. They made 5 threes in the first quarter and 4 in the fourth. You guys kind of had it under control in the middle portion of the game. Did you see any differences there in terms of how they were able to generate better looks earlier in the game and then later as well?
I thought from beginning to end our defense was terrible, to be honest. And I mean, our team would agree, and that's why they're having a meeting in there right now. And I think the players will come out after that. But we didn't play our type of defense. To give up, let somebody, a point guard, get 21, 10, and 9 on us is not acceptable. Give up 11 threes, 5 in the first quarter. It just was not, we just were not clicking. We kind of played as individuals instead of being on one accord. So offensively, we had our woes this year, but defense has really been what we've kind of hung our hat on, defensive rebounding. And I didn't think we didn't do a good job on that. So we didn't really come to play. And I don't know, there's a lot of things that affected our team. I was asked on the radio what affected the team. There's a lot of things that did, but I'm not an excuse maker. We didn't play. We didn't compete on our home floor, and that's not acceptable. So we're going to get better. We have to get better. Our players understand that. They're embarrassed of how they performed, and so am I. So we owe our fans more.
Cam didn't play in the first half, and then give you a pretty good lift in the second half. Can you talk a little bit about what went into that decision and then just the change that happens when she does come back onto the floor?
Yeah, I mean, nobody's perfect. There are some things that went on, and, it was a coach's decision. But when she came in the game, she definitely tried to help and contribute to winning. But at the end of the day, we just were not on one accord today.
Coach, what do you hope to be the biggest thing that this team learns from this loss?
I mean, just not to take anything for granted, any day for granted, any team for granted. I say it all the time, respect all, fear none. Consistency, accountability, things like that. We just didn't really show that. We've been talking about that, this whole week, really. So I just want us to grow. We got to grow as a unit. We got to grow together, build a little bit more trust, understand how teams are going to play us, because everybody's going to play us like this for the rest of the year, and it's not going to work because we're going to get better. We're going to get confident again and get back to us. So, it wasn't a good game. I thought our other 2 losses this year, we competed for the most part. Oklahoma, we didn't compete the whole game in there, but we fought. LSU, we competed, but today we didn't compete. And so as a coach, I have a problem when we don't compete. We have to always take pride in putting Virginia on our chest, and we have to understand, especially time score possessions. Some of the stuff that I drew up at the end, is stuff that we run all the time in special situations, and we blew those up. So, it's just a lack of focus today, I thought, and a lack of want to, which is very uncharacteristic for our group. This is the first time I've ever really seen it like that, where we couldn't snap them out of it. So we got to learn from it. Sometimes you got to take a hard L, and then you get back up, and you get back to work tomorrow and get better. But we will get better.
Coach, 2 things. Sam Brunell, what was the nature of her injury, and could she have played in the second half?
I was told that she couldn't play. I have not heard what the nature of the injury is, but I just told she couldn't go.
Olivia McGee tied a career high today with 14 points. Kind of some mixed results, did a lot of good stuff, but had a couple shots that didn't fall in the fourth quarter. How would you evaluate her?
I mean, O is growing. She's a first year. She's trying to find a way to be consistent. Today, one of the things she wanted to do was play through mistakes. I thought she did that. She gave us a boost on offensive end, and I thought she played hard. So O is continuing to get better, and our first years will. They'll continue to get better. our whole team will. So, that's all I want to see. I tell them all the time, progress is the process. So we just got to stay open to this process, take it one day at a time, get better, have some discipline and accountability, and show up.
Just a couple more personnel questions. Yanta and Odessa weren't available today. Can you tell us anything about their status and if you expect them to be out for very long?
I don't expect either to be out for very long. Odessa's in concussion protocol. Yanta tweaked something little, but she should be back, I would assume, next game. So, yeah, we didn't have a full roster. We understand that, but to me, there's still no excuse. There's a lot going on, but every team has a lot going on. Wofford had some kids that are out, so you got to, when your number's called, next woman up mentality, you got to step up and be ready to go.
Thanks, everybody. Thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you.